salary issues.
Right, and there's not that many, I think right now, and not, unless the other members have things. I mean, Tom and I have gone through the document, and we've made changes, and we've incorporated Bart's changes, which really
Clarify things.
I wouldn't even do
How
it.
long what do you figure, an hour, 2 hours? What do you find?
yeah, I mean, if it's an hour, that would
You have other
surprise me,
business or just this?
No,
Okay.
just that, so that's why I think it should
When
be
this
very
comes
long.
up in, for the public hearing, I think it would be important to ask questions back and forth of Bill or Gene or whoever, to bring out to whoever's in the audience, you know, if we don't pass these, then what happens?
Okay, right,
Then we clean it up to nothing.
that's right, you're back to nothing allowed.
You're gonna have to ask a lot of questions to bring all that information up. And maybe even go down that list. I wrote a list while Bart was talking up there the other day. One of them was, it's arbitrary how many cars will fit in an area. Well, no, the next paragraph down says 3 foot in between cars and 20-foot rows, and you can figure out how many cars go in a certain area.
Right, but if you have somebody that's surrounded by neighbors and they're just wanting to work on one car, I mean, even if they've got 10 acres, you're not going to allow them to have 200 cars. You're going to say, what are you coming for? You're wanting one car. We're going to approve that one car because you have too many neighbors, and we're not going to take the chance of you storing more than that.
And we're talking private individuals, we're not talking businesses.
That's
now.
right.
But, I mean,
But
so
that's-
don't get into this, how many cars you can have per acre and stuff like this. This is for
right.
the car collector that has 1 or 2, or maybe has 3 or 4.
That's the
But these guys think they're going to, that's BS, then apply for a junkyard.
Well, the whole thing with Gail Zimmerman being present in all of these meetings, he keeps saying, we can't put these guys out of business because where am I going to get my parts? And we're sitting here saying, these are people that aren't in business.
Right.
These are supposed to be collectors that are doing it for themselves. These are not supposed to be businesses. They're parting out cars and selling them.
That's right. That's a salvage yard or recycle or whatever you want to call it.
Everything that Gail's doing is against what they keep telling us.
I don't know where it's
conflicting
from.
Are you
information.
working on the text amendment that we saw a month and a half ago, or are you working on a new document?
It's the same one.
Okay.
It's the same one that's been brought before the public. The only thing we've done is where in it last time it said you would have 100% screening. You know, we've taken the 100% out because you know that that's, you can't attain 100%. Instead, it's, you know, defined it as far as, you know, the public's view and that kind of thing.
So we sort of clarified what the screening would be, so it's not subjective, everybody. They have an idea, it's got to be.
Correct. We've said, you know, fence,
Good.
walls, we've added some screening
With
terminology
approval
into it.
from
Yes.
Now, I got a question. Are we making any allowances for trucks? Because
We don't pickups.
Well, it's 1.5 pickups, 1.5 ton, but
No.
anything larger than that?
No,
No.
3/4 ton, I think, was we went to.
Correct. They're going back to, you know, is it considered the collector items? Because we're just pulling vehicles out of collector items. So does it fit into collector items, which are some of the allowed things, or is it just a junkyard, which is not allowed?
And the next question I have is, what about this thing that's in the state statutes? It says anything that's considered 25 years or older.
We're not even addressing that.
Well, no, but I can ask it, and that's what I'm asking. Are you?
We're not talking about just antique cars. We're not addressing just antiques that people have in their yard. No. You know, if you, I mean, you drive out Coal Creek Road, you drive out anywhere, and there's car, and what people don't park them next to their house. It's. I mean, I went to Meeteetse yesterday, and I drove out past the airport, and there's people in their houses over here, and they have 2 cars stuck out in their pasture right along the highway.
Allendale is terrible.
Yeah, Emerald Acres has starting to get a lot of collection of cars and stuff, but some of those, they moved motorhomes in. Some of them started tearing down the motorhomes and for the whatever was in them, left those cars out there. On the north side of the road, now we got a little pig barn, and so, and then there's 20, what is it, 19 or 20 head horses on 40 acres out there too. by the Emerald Acres sign, and some of those horses already jumped the fence,
Yeah.
and they go back and forth, so.
Yeah, but no, we're not addressing antique cars. We're taking
I know
collector
that.
cars as a
Collector's
whole.
cars, yeah.
Yeah.
But what about, have you guys drove around the Allendale area?
Yeah,
That's-
same thing, same problem.
Yeah.
Well, Casper's got some of the same
Some of
stuff
that,
too,
I will
down the
say.
street.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now, you're trying to re-up on the planning and zoning board.
Yes.
You're here to discuss that.
Right, and it really truly is, it's dependent on what you have as far as if others from the county have applied, because I've been through, I came in when Patsy was there, I've been through Blair, and now I'm through Bill, and I've been there plenty of time, but depending on what
You've
you
been
have for
there
applicants, I'm more than happy to
2 terms
continue.
now, right?
Correct, and I actually,
2 6-year.
two 3-year terms, plus another like year and a half, because I came in the middle of someone else's term.
Okay, got it.
So when I first started, I actually replaced somebody that was moving.
If it happens, I'll thank you now for your years of service, because I might
Been
not get to see
interesting.
you
Yeah,
after that.
yeah,
But, so we're gonna talk to everybody and we'll make a decision.
okay, yeah, and that's what I said, 'cause, with my business and everything, I have plenty of other things
I
to do,
think
so
so.
I'm not.
You don't need the abuse. Well, thank you for all you've done so far.
Roxanne, would you be interested in, if you don't get this, any other county board?
No, I
Don't get reappointed.
haven't really looked at the list to
Could you pass
know.
that over to me?
Yeah, I haven't really looked.
And these are the only ones, there's others, but these are the ones that are open right now.
I haven't gotten into politics too much. I just recently have started working with the Natrona County Republicans on
All right.
budget and audit and all that kind of thing. So maybe I'll be running into Leslie this week. I don't know.
Well, you got a good one to work with. Ken Lana he was upset about the bank and the signature cards the other day.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Not a happy camper at all. So you'll hear all about that.
But there's many, many more boards, they're just not open yet.
Huh.
There's the airport board, and fair board, and health board, and you name it.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like the library board would be interesting. I have a hard time ones like Community Action Partnership. I wouldn't be interested in that at all. Only because of the fact that my client base is a lot of nonprofit organizations, and that just there's too many
And that makes sense.
relationships
Oh, yeah.
in that process, and so that would be one that I would completely stay away from. But yeah, like the library.
If we find
or
something
like
interesting,
that
we'll
would be
call you.
interesting. Okay, yeah.
That's right. We got your number.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking no. If it doesn't happen, that's fine with me. I'm getting ready to get on the board for the Wyoming Society of CPAs, which is a statewide that'll require some meetings, and like I said, what I'm doing with Republicans. So I've
You
got.
can just leave that down there for the next guy.
Okay.